Boss tried to penalize me by deducting a mistake from my paycheck. I'm in the logistics industry. I had an LCL shipment that delivered last week. When I went into our system to check to see which trucker to use, there were two listed, numbered number 1 and number 2. We have been told numerous times to always go with the number 1 trucker unless they can't do it, or we've had a lot of problems with. I dispatched to the number 1 trucker. However, I didn't check that quote against our quote for our client. It ended up being $50 more than our quote to our client, leaving us with only a $40 profit. There are other charges separate from the trucking. At most this was 50% my fault for not checking, but I received 100% of the blame. The quotation department is responsible for labeling the truckers, but they didn't receive any of the blame. On Friday, my boss sent me an email saying she would deduct $50 from my paycheck for this mistake, and that going forward all mistakes would be deducted from my paychecks. She seriously has it out for me. Despite all her efforts, some mistakes will always be made in this industry. You can't eliminate them all. I have even seen mistakes she has made that cost the company money. Though being the owner, she would never admit to it. I don't make any more mistakes than anyone else, yet she always singles me out. This isn't the first time I have shared blame with someone else, yet received 100% of it. I had to send her a screenshot showing that it was illegal to deduct mistakes like this from our paychecks. She wasn't happy about it, but cut me a check today for it. It's wage theft and in most countries illegal. In the future, submit all evidence of wage theft to the proper authorities in your area and let them tell your boss to cut you a check. Either way they will be pissed, but at least by reporting them first there is a paper trail that can make it harder to retaliate against you. Still not impossible, but definitely more difficult. NAL. But unless you participate in profits as a member, shareholder, partner. I thought businesses could not make employees responsible for losses. Tell him he can make a claim against your professional insurance law. This is illegal in the USA. As an employee, you are not liable for reductions in profits of the company you work for. It doesn't really matter if it was your fault or not. If they want to say that you are liable, they must sue you. They can fire you though. But most countries has labor laws in place to protect you against such retaliation. The US doesn't always have this, I have noticed. Sounds like what you need to do is schedule a whole bunch of negative profit jobs, and then quit. I would have let her deduct the pay and then slapped her with a nice happy lawsuit. Do you work for an incorporated company? Yes or no? The company should eat the loss. I agree that it sounds more than hinky, and you should report it. Federal labor law states that no employer, under any condition, can withhold pay or retroactively change pay. I'd print off a copy of that law, or just call your state labor department and report her. Keep everything documented with dates. 100% submit to the Department of Labor if you're in the US. They got caught by you and went back on it, but they will try again with other employees who may not know the laws and their rights. Make sure they don't get that chance. You're gonna be, illegally, fired in a week. Hopefully your union.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.